Oh my goodness. We have so much product to go through today. Just in the past couple of weeks, I've gotten so many different things from so many different companies. So we're gonna unbox it all, just a fun unboxing video to show some of the stuff that's come in. So let's just jump right into it. So first off, Okuma. Okuma is a sponsor, so shout out to Okuma always for your ongoing support. Love working with Okuma, and it's just been such a joy discovering brand new product and fishing new things. First off, we got a bunch of jigs from Fishlab. So if you didn't know, Fishlab is under the umbrella of Okuma. They got a bunch of good stuff on Fishlab, making different kinds of lures for freshwater and saltwater. And so this is the Carnata leaf jig. And this one, my eyes are so bad. It's a 300 gram. And we got a whole bunch of these, like boxes and boxes. I'm not gonna open them all up. So I got them in all different sizes. This one's pink and 200 grams. Carnata slow pitch jigs. So leaf jigs and slow pitch jigs. Next up, I got a bunch of these mad eels from Fishlab. And if you look at this, these are cool, man. They come with the jig head and it's already threaded on there with the replacement body. Actually, let's open this one up because I'm not quite sure. Okay, yeah, so it is threaded on there like a standard hook. It's got a little bit of the latch on there to keep your swim bait on there. But this first one comes in, you don't have to worry about whether you threaded it on there correctly. So these ones come in all different sizes, I think from 7 inches to 5 inches. And I got a bunch of 7s. This is a 6. I got some 7s, 6s, and 5s. But these are really good action on the plastic, and these are perfect for inshore calicos. You can even fish this from the surf, halibut for sure, sea bass, but inshore, probably island fishing and like, you know, inshore kelp. These things will slay our local bass. So really cool. I got boxes and boxes of jigs and mad eels, so we're not gonna open them all up. We're gonna go to the fun stuff here. So let's start off with the reels. Super stoked, man. I wasn't able to order a lot of this stuff with Okuma last year because I was filling out my surf gear. Actually, this one is the ITX-CB 1000. I've talked about it quite a bit in the last year. One of my favorite reels from Okuma, spinning options. This is the 1000, and I've got a couple of them, but I wanted another one. I think this one I'm going to use for freshwater, and I think I'm gonna use this for trout fishing. And this reel is sick. It's got the carbon fiber handle. It's a JDM reel developed by Okuma. Yeah, really, really smooth. But I'm gonna put 5-pound braid on this and use this for trout. There's a lot of different companies that we're introducing today, guys. It's not just Okuma, so hang tight. A lot of stuff, I promise you. So that's my one reel from Okuma on like the spinning side. Everything else is conventional. If you guys are familiar with the channel, you guys know that I do a decent amount of offshore and island fishing. And this is the Alejos 5. Oh man, I've been wanting this one for a long time. I was kind of going back and forth between the 5 Narrow and the 5, but my friend Anthony, whom you guys see hopefully in some of our videos, recommended I get the 5 and not the 5 Narrow. He said the 5 Narrow is a little bit too small, which I personally was attracted to, is the reason why I wanted to get it. But, oh man, such a small profile Alejos 5. This is gonna be a 30-pound, like 25 to 30-pound setup. As small as this thing is, this is gonna be a tank for me, is how I'm planning. I'm gonna be fishing anything from yellowtail to smaller tuna. So 30-pound setup, and it's a 2-speed reel. So you don't necessarily need a 2-speed reel for yellowtail, but this is a very small, light, and strong option. So this is going to be a workhorse reel for me for sure. On the sport boats, you know, you want to have the 30-pound setup, the 50-pound setup, the 100-pound setup, but really the 25 to 30-pound setup is what you're using like 90% of the time if you're fly lining, maybe more. So really, really stoked by this reel, the Alejos 5. And then also, quick shout out to my friend Marco, who actually got me this for Christmas. This is the Tesoro 10, and it's a star drag reel. So I'm going to have two 30-pound setups. And this is gonna be my Star Drag 30-pound option. Again, perfect for yellowtail, smaller grade tuna. Once you get up to like the 40, 50-pound grade fish, maybe 40, 50-pound, you can get by with these reels, but at that point you should maybe go on to the next heavy setup. So super stoked by this reel. Thanks, Marco. for your friendship and supporting me and just being an awesome dude. So he got this for me for Christmas. I told him not to, but he did it anyways. So thank you, Marco. Sick reel. I caught a tuna on this last year, and yeah, it was a dream. Next, dun 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 dun. Oh man, I've been wanting this for over a year since I joined Team Okuma. This is the Makaira 15T, the 15 tall. And this reel is kind of the one that I've had my eye on, specifically the 15 tall. It's kind of the perfect conventional reel that you can use for pretty much anything. It can serve so many different purposes. And if you guys don't know, Makaira is kind of Okuma's kind of flagship fishing reel, and I think industry-wide, I think most would agree that it's, you know, way up there, if not all the way up on the top of tuna, two-speed tuna reels, conventional reels. But cool, it comes with it comes with the case. Now these reels are not cheap. I think if you buy them in a store, you're probably starting at $600 and go up from there depending on the sizing. And if you compare the 15 to the Alejos 5, you can kind of see the size different, but this is still pretty small. It's definitely heavier than the Alejos 5, but still very manageable reel. It's a small profile. I got small hands. You know what they say about guys with small hands, right? We wear small gloves. One thing about the Makaira, specially designed handle. It's kind of at an angle to ease stress on the elbow and the arm. And I don't think there's any reel that's utilized chiropractors and consulted the medical professionals in terms of designing the handle. So that's a huge benefit of the Makaira is the handle that they got on there. And so this is gonna be like my 50-pound sinker rig, but also just use it, you know, dropper looping, you know, for doing sea bass. We can drop down with that. It's got the tall, it's not a narrow, but it's tall, so it's a narrower spool. And the Makaira I've wanted for a very long time, and I'm extremely excited to add this to the arsenal. So this will be, again, like that 40, 50-pound setup, and you know, you can go all the way up to 80-pound fish. Probably can catch 100-pound fish. Again, 2-speed lever drag, and dude, Makaira, I'm finally a Makaira owner. I'm very grateful. So shout out to Okuma, always, for your support. And then we got the 16, Makaira 16. And now, so this is a beast. This is gonna be the 100-pound setup. And, oh baby. So again, looks like all these Makaira ship with their own case, which is super cool. You know, obviously a flagship, paying a premium for it, but it's still a nice touch. And, oh, big boy. It's the big boy. Big boy! And yeah, same thing, but again, a little wider spool. I know that the knife jigging game has evolved to lighter gear, but this one is still gonna be your 100-pound setup that you can knife jig with at night. You can sinker rig with this. You can fly line with this when the bigger fish, like bigger yellowfin, drop down, fish deep with it. It's kind of the reel where you want to have, but you rarely use when you're on the sport boats, but you don't want to be without it when the bigger fish do show up. So for now, I'm going to be knife jigging with this, and it'll be a 100-pound setup, but amazing reel. And we got more, guys. So that's just from the Okuma lineup. We have rods, and these are all Okuma rods. And so all of these are PCH customs, except for a Tesoro jigging rod that I picked up. I picked up a heavy, I think. Yeah, this is... So PCH Customs, kind of matching up with the Alejos and the Makairas, because I just need to match up those reels properly. So like a 30-pound setup, a 50-pound setup, and I got a 100-pound setup. And then this is the Tesoro jigging rod. This is the heavy Tesoro jigging rod, heavy. So you can put up to 300 grams on this. And I got this one because a lot of times when we're, you know, slow pitch jigging deeper, other one I think is a ML. It's something that's only rated to like 150, and I've been putting like 300 grams on it. So, but yeah, it's spiral, acid wrap, however you say it, and excellent jigging rod option and very reasonably priced and high performance. So rad option there. So that's everything on the Okuma side. That was a lot. And I didn't even show you guys everything, like all the jigs and stuff. And then moving over to surf, shout out to Fishbites, man. This isn't even all of them, but Brett from Fishbites, and they're out in Florida. sent me a bunch of samples to try. And if you don't know anything about Fishbites, they're like little strips. But what makes these unique is, number one, they're scented. So it's always nice when you're surf fishing with the Carolina rig. What they're made with is there's like a mesh lining. So there's mesh lining with the actual scented bait. I don't know what it's made out of. This one I'm actually, might be the first one that I use when I test it out, is this one's the bloodworm. And so you can just thread it onto your mosquito hook and throw it out as a Carolina rig. It's kind of complementary to like the gulp camo worms or little grubs that you can use. But again, they're scented, so they're probably gonna perform better than your standard 2.5-inch grubs and closer to like the gulp camo worms, which are also heavily scented. So Fishbites, blown away by your generosity. You guys sent me so much of these. And so I've been giving away some of these to my hardcore members, channel members who actually pay at the highest tier to get stuff every month. And so this is just another way that I can send good stuff out to some of my most loyal subscribers. So shout out to all the hardcore members. Really appreciate your support. Helps keep the channel going. All right, so Fishbites, sick. And I've heard Fishbites for many years. I've actually never thrown it. So we are gonna put some good time on in the sand with the Carolina rig with the Fishbites. Look out for some footage coming later in the year for sure. Next up, as always, Lucky Craft. And trust me, there's more, guys. There's more. Lucky Craft, I picked up some replacement lures. I'm running out of some of the colors that I like. Unfortunately, the Chicka Chicka BP, which is my personal favorite right now, they were out of at the warehouse. But this one is older and doesn't get much hype, but I really love it a lot, so I picked up a few of these. This is the MS Cherry Dean. So the MS stands for Magic Scales, and it's kind of got that kind of shiny broken scale look on the body. I love that. Pink bottom, baitfish, and I like this better than the regular Cherry Dean because I just feel like it looks cooler. But I got a refill of the MS MKB, and this one, you guys should know, has been very, very good to me. Since they dropped this color, the MSMKB, and the blue-pink sardine. And so I always say baitfish pattern. Anything that looks like a sardine or just anchovy or something, it's like a bluish body, baitfish body, pink bottom. So this is a staple. So it's the Chicka Chicka BP and the blue-pink sardine and the MSMKB. Those are like the three that I go to, and they're always good to have the cherry berry, like a white color with the pink bottom. Something about that pink, man, that's kind of, you don't have to have the pink, but for me, I don't know if it's psychological or if there's some science behind it. The pink seems to do good for me. And then I wanted to show you guys a cool little product. This is going to be distributed by Lucky Craft. And this is called, I don't know what this is called. Noid? I don't know the name of this. But it's a soft plastic option. And let me show you guys, it's unique. And it's going to be dropping at the PCS show. It's going to be available for sale at Island Fishing Tackle. So this is a swim bait, and the head, if you look at the head, has the hooks attached. So this is actually super, super popular in Japan. I think they've sold millions of these. What makes it unique, and I've actually never tested this, is it's a removable body. So it's a removable body and it's a snap-in. I just haven't figured out how to do it. Oh, got it. Yes. It only took me like 30 minutes. A little less. Okay, you stick it in, and I think you just got to push it. Yeah, snapped in. Cool. So I think the way you remove it is you just push and release, and then angle it from an angle, and then squeeze, and then you're good. So really cool. Plastic option, straight from Japan. I think it's like one of the best sellers in Japan right now. And it's going to be distributed by Lucky Craft and available at the PCS show. So check that out if you want. And then we got a bunch of stuff from Owner Hooks. And I've been in touch with their sales manager, Chin, for quite a while and got a bunch of stuff. And he hooked it up big time, man. Holy cow. What is all this? Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Okay, so I believe it's new. This year are these ringed Mutu circle hooks. So if you're tuna fishing, you know that the Mutu circle hooks are kind of a staple in most people's tackle boxes. A really, really excellent option. This is new, it's ringed. So I know some people have opinions on whether you should use a ringed hook or not. It's dealer's choice, but in theory, the ring provides a little bit more action for your bait fish to swim when you're fly lining. So ringed Mutu circle hooks, super hard to find, and because they sell out so fast. Check your local shops. But Chin hooked it up and gave me some 4s and 2s, kind of set me up for my sport boats this year. So shout out to Owner Hooks for taking care of me, and also just giving me a way to share the stoke. I've been using Owner Hooks since I started fishing again in my early 30s. So really, really solid option. And then split rings. So these are number 3, and these are the size that you want to use. Premium split rings, guys. These are what you would use to replace your Lucky Crafts. So the split rings on here, on the 110s, these are what you want to use. But these are what I use when I need to replace the rings. Really, really solid option. And we got a bunch of replacement hooks for the 110. These ones are different. They're STX38ZN. And these are size 6. So again, these are to replace the hooks on your Lucky Craft Flash Minnow 110. So he gave me a bunch of these, and then some different styles too. This is the STY35MF, again in size 6. So size 6 is the treble hook that you want to use to replace your treble hooks on your Lucky Craft. Also from Owner, we got size 6 and size 8 barrel swivels. So this is for Carolina rigging. And they're more expensive than if you just get the cheap ones at Walmart. But these are the barrel swivels that I like to use from Owner. They're more expensive, but the profile on them I really like. And a couple of different, I'm gonna try these beads. These are like super small and they're glow. So soft beads, and you can just put your lines part of the Carolina rig. And then what Owner really wanted me to check out are these bait holder hooks. And let's take one of these out. So these are Ebby bait holder hooks. And the reason why I feel like it's a relevant and important part of our fishery is, again, a bait holder hook is straight. If you can see the hook right there. And mosquito hooks, which is what I've been Carolina rigging with this entire time, mosquito hooks are kind of curved. So when you're actually threading on your gulp camo worms or your 2.5-inch grubs, stuff like that, it's kind of difficult to keep it straight. And so I've known that I should use a bait holder hook for a long time. I've just been lazy and I've never done it. But I don't know if these are new or if they're just marketing them now. And so bait holder hooks are straight, so you can line up your soft plastic straight and you don't have to stress out about whether it's curved or not, you know? So, and then what I love about these hooks is if you look at the end of the hook, I love the angle of it. It's kind of hooked in, almost like a circle hook kind of. I feel like it's gonna really, 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 really improve hookup ratio, especially when you're sea rigging from the surf and there's a lot of smaller perch. I feel like this is gonna increase the hookup ratio a lot. Along with that, they sent me, these are from Japan and they're gonna start selling them here. It's the Rockin' Bait, I think that's what it's called, but a bunch of different grubs. So this is the ringtail twin. So this one, so it's kind of the tail on it is a little bit unique. When you're threading these hooks, it's nice to be able to have that straight shank right there. So I probably could have gone maybe a little further, but I think this is pretty good. So it's really easy to really thread it on there with the Ebby bait holder hook to keep it straight. No problem whatsoever. And that's something with the mosquito hook I've always found less than desirable. But just kind of dealt with it, you know? And it still gets bit. It's not a big deal. And then this one is gonna get licked. Oh my goodness. This is more of a creature bait style. And so it's kind of like a crawdad, actually, like a mini crawdad, if you look at this. But I feel like anything like that has like the arms and the tentacles, and yeah, so this is, oh, and they're scented too. If we take out another one of these bait holder hooks, so yeah, it's just wow. Yeah, this one is gonna destroy the croaker and the corbina and the perch. Oh my goodness. Ebby hooks from Owner. Ebby bait holders, you can get them from size 2 to 8, maybe even bigger or smaller than that. But yeah, super stoked to have these as an option, and I'll be putting some time with those hooks as well. I'll talk about them more along the way. And then lastly, I got these bad boys. And shout out to Sword. They're fishing knives, fillet knives. So I got a email from Connor from Sword Fishing Products, and they're East Coast from Florida, and they make fillet knives. He asked me if I'd be interested, and I was kind of like, like, you guys know me, I release a lot of my fish. I don't really do a lot of knife work. I've done some in the past, but it's not really a big thing, so I didn't know how I would be able to best support them. So just being honest with them about, you know, how I envision me being able to help, and basically saying no thanks, just because I don't want to take free stuff and not provide the equivalent value. I don't take that lightly at all. So these are premium knives, by the way, premium fillet knives. And I didn't want to just take free stuff and not be able to deliver properly. But the phone, like, I just really enjoyed the conversation, and I think Connor might say the same. So, you know, I was about to hang up and it would say, hey, really nice conversation. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna send you stuff anyways. So he sent me a couple of knives, 2 different knives. And this one here that I opened already is an 8-inch fillet knife. I think this runs for like 90 bucks. Their knives range from like 60 to 100 bucks. Like I said, premium knives. Even this sheath is, I don't know what material it is, but it's kind of clicks in. So when it clicks in, so it's not just gonna fall out. Super high quality, man. And they are looking to expand into the West Coast. And so thank you Connor so much just for sending this out to me, and just the good faith. And it's kind of how I work, is in good faith, and don't take this for lightly. Now I gotta use it. I think I gotta do some catch and cooks and demonstrate how nice this knife is. But yeah, I believe this is carbon steel, and it's the Super Flex. Yeah, it's a Super Flex, but look at this handle. I don't know what this material is made out of, but holy cow, this handle is, woo, super nice. But it's a super flexible knife. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, super flexible. So when you're filleting, I think I gotta try to catch a legal halibut, but for you know, kind of getting through the bones, I think that flex or under the bones, like on a halibut, it'll be super handy. This one it's a 9-inch, and it's just flex, not as flexible as the Super Flex, obviously. Little bigger knife, but wow. Yeah, this is just a piece of cardboard, but let's see how sharp it is. Yeah, man, super sharp knives. Yep, cuts right through there. So really grateful. Thank you, Sword. And it's more curved. Oh, cool. I don't know anything about knives, but we're gonna put it to use, and we'll do a catch and cook, and we'll demonstrate the prowess of Sword knives. Again, premium knife option. Thank you to Owner, thank you to Sword, thank you to Fishbites, Lucky Craft as always, Okuma. Thank you everyone for your kindness. We'll do this again. Until then, tight lines.